curious minds. Welcome back to ProjexCellence ProDigy, your one-stop solution for all things project management. I'm Govind, a certified PMP. In today's lesson, we are diving into the heartbeat of Agile delivery, the day-to-day core practices that truly make Agile teams thrive. We will begin by exploring how Agile teams set their direction using a project charter and build a strong team spirit with a team charter. Then we will see how they stay organized and flexible with regular backlog preparation and backlog grooming. And of course, Agile wouldn't be complete without daily stand-ups that keep everyone in sync and sprint retrospectives that help teams reflect and improve with every sprint. So, if you are curious about how high performing Agile teams work behind the scenes, tap that like button and let's get started. In Agile, chartering happens in two layers, project charter and team charter. Project charter, it sets the overall direction by defining the business value, goals, and boundaries of the project. Whereas team charter, it describes how the Agile team will work together, communicate, and make decisions. Let's break down the project charter components with simple explanations and real life examples. Project vision explains why the project exists and what it aims to achieve. Means the big picture goal, why the project is being done and what it aims to achieve. For example, suppose you have a project with vision to build a mobile app that helps users track their fitness goals and connect with personal trainers. So this tells the team the purpose and long-term aim of the product, business objectives or value proposition. It defines what success looks like and how the project adds value to the organization or customers. For example, in our mobile app project, our business objective is to cut customer dropout rates by 20% by delivering personalized exercise routines. So this 20% shows the measurable benefit the business expects from the project. Probably customers were previously dropping out from fitness center because of various reasons. Probably the workout were not tailored to their needs, or they were not seeing results, or they lost motivation, or they did not feel personally supported. So this app development project aims to fix that problem by making workouts more personalized, which in turn should increase engagement, improve results, and keep users subscribed or active. Another content of project charter is key stakeholders. Project charter will contain list of the people or groups who are involved in project or impacted by project result. It will define their roles. For example, in our project, someone will be product owner who will make decisions about product features, sponsor who will fund the project team who will develop the product, and users, fitness enthusiasts and trainers. Project charter will contain high level scope or product backlog. It gives a rough outline of what features will be delivered. For example, in our project, there may be many features. Users can set fitness goals, view workout videos, and chat with a trainer. So these are major capabilities. We call them epics or themes. These are not yet broken down into detailed tasks. Next content is milestones. What it means? It is a high level timeline that shows when key events or deliverables are expected. For example, in our project, MVP launch will happen end of sprint 6 and beta testing will happen in month 3 and the final release will happen in month 4. A project charter will contain budget and resources. It states how much funding and how many people are available. For example, in our project, The budget is $100,000 and team will be one product owner, one scrum master, four developers and one UX designer. So this will help the team understand resource constraints and assumptions. It lists out known limits or things assumed to be true when planning. For example, in our project, constraint could be it must integrate with Apple Health and Google Fit. Or assumption could be all users will have smartphones with Android or iOS 12 or above version. High level risk. This section will contain identified early risk that could impact the project success. For example, one of the risks could be dependency on third party APIs might delay integration. Suppose your app is using third party API, application programming interface, to communicate with other systems like Google Fit, Apple Health, or Payment Gateway. As your app depends on another company's API, and let's say that company takes too long to approve your access, or changes their API suddenly, or has downtime. So then your development work is totally blocked. So which can delay your app's launch or cause bugs. In such case, you should have mitigation plan, like have a backup integration, or start API coordination early, or use mock APIs for initial development. In Agile, the project charter doesn't go into detailed specs like in traditional projects. It gives just enough structure to start the work, focusing on why, what, and who, not the how. Next is a team charter. It is a document created together by the Agile team to define how they will work, communicate, make decisions, and treat each other. It lays the foundation for smooth collaboration, effective delivery, and a respectful team culture. It contains the shared values. These are the core principles everyone on the team agrees to follow. These will be like our team values honesty, commitment to quality, and continuous improvement. It is just like in a family, everyone agrees to support each other and speak the truth. Behavior guidelines. It defines how team members are expected to behave. For example, be on time for meetings, listen without interrupting, and take responsibility for your task. Guidelines for communication and tools. It sets expectations around how and where the team will communicate and track work. For example, suppose the project team decides we will use Slack for the quick updates and Jira software for tracking tasks and email for formal communication. Decision making guidelines. It defines how decisions will be made within the team. Like product owner decides the priority of tasks and team makes technical decisions by voting or discussion. Performance expectations. It clarifies what good performance means to the team. For example, all tasks should meet the definition of done DOD, tested, peer reviewed, and accepted by the product owner. Everyone should complete their committed sprint work. Conflict resolution measures means how the team handles disagreements. For example, let's say the team decides if a conflict arises, we will try to resolve it respectfully within the team. And if needed, the Scrum Master will step in to help. It is similar like sports. If players argue, then the coach helps sort it out. Meeting time, frequency, and channel. It sets the schedule and tools used for the team meetings. For example, daily stand-up will happen at 9:30 a.m. on Zoom and sprint planning every second Monday. Retrospectives on the last Friday of each sprint. And ground rules. These are clear do's and don'ts that reinforce respectful and efficient teamwork. For example, Don't talk over others. Keep your camera on during online call. Finish your task before the demo and raise blockers within 1 day. Ground rules are similar to the house rules, like no shoes inside, or clean your dishes, or lights off at 11 p.m. So the team charter is not just a piece of paper. It is a team's own agreement on how they will work, treat each other, and deliver value. It builds trust, improves transparency, and makes sure everyone is rowing in the same direction. Next topic is backlog preparation. Product backlog is a living list of everything that might be needed to build the product. It is constantly updated, reprioritized, and improved as the team learns more. The product backlog is similar to the full menu in a restaurant. It includes every dish the restaurant is capable of making. Just like the backlog contains every possible feature, enhancement, bug fix, or technical task that might be needed for the product. Now, who are the customers in this scenario? They are your users and stakeholders. They provide input about what they would like to see in the product, just like customers placing orders from the menu. But here is the catch. The chef, which is your development team, doesn't cook the entire menu all at once. They only prepare the selected dishes that are ordered for that particular day. That's exactly how the Agile works. The team focuses only on the items chosen for the current sprint. Meanwhile, the restaurant manager plays the role of the product owner. He keeps an eye on what is trending, what is in demand, what ingredients are available, and what items might need to be removed or added. This is how the product owner prioritizes and maintains the backlog, ensuring that it stays relevant and valuable. Each item in the backlog is usually written as an user story, a short statement from the user's point of view. And the standard format is as a dash dash means user. I want to dash dash do something so that dash dash I get some benefit. Unlike predictive projects where everything is planned in detail upfront, Agile is different. You only create just enough stories to get a rough idea of the first release. For each sprint, you only need to prepare stories that are ready to be worked on next. This approach keeps things flexible, encourages continuous improvement, and allows the team to adapt as they go. Now, the question is who owns and manages the product backlog? It is the product owner who is mainly responsible for managing the backlog, and his role is to talk to the customers, stakeholders, and the development team to gather ideas and requirements. He writes and arranges user stories in priority order, and he ensures that the backlog is visible, easy to understand, and up to date. Each backlog item or user story typically includes these items: a short and clear user story title, description, what needs to be done, acceptance criteria means the conditions to mark it as done, priority or order, where it fits in the delivery order, estimation, how much efforts it needs, like story points, related files or links, like design mockups or API docs. Let's understand it with one example. We have one user story. As a homeowner, I want to view daily solar generation on a dashboard so that I can track my energy savings. So here the user story title is solar generation dashboard, and the short description would be create a dashboard screen that shows the daily solar energy generated in kilowatt hour for the user. And acceptance criteria would be User can log in and access the dashboard. Daily solar generation is displayed in kilowatt hour. Data refreshes in every 10 minutes. It shows generation trend for last 7 days. Must work on both mobile and desktop views. So these all are the acceptance criteria for this user story. Priority. This user story has high priority. As this is a core feature, so users expect it immediately. Estimation or story points. Based on effort required, this may take 5 story points. Related files or links for this user story could be Figma link to UI design of the dashboard. This is a link to a visual design, like a picture, showing how the dashboard screen will look, where each chart, button, and label will be placed. Another related file could be API doc, application programming interface documents. This is a technical document that tells the developers how to connect the app to another system to get daily energy readings. It includes a sample of what the data looks like. Let's talk about backlog refinement, also called backlog grooming. It is one of the most important behind the scenes activities in agile projects. Again, taking similar example, imagine you are about to cook a big meal. Before you even turn on the stove, you clean your veggies, chop them up, measure the spices, and line up your ingredients, right? That's what backlog refinement is in Agile. It is a team activity where we go through the product backlog, the list of features and tasks, and make sure everything is clear and well defined, broken into manageable pieces, estimated for effort, prioritized properly, and ready for the next sprint. It is about making sure we are not guessing what to build when the sprint starts. Everything is prepared and ready to go. Backlog refinement saves the team from confusion, rework, and delays. It also helps us stay in tune with what users actually need, especially as things change. During the backlog refinement session, team follows these steps. Review top items means the team and product owner look at the highest priority items in the backlog to make sure they still make sense. Clarifies and elaborate details. The team discusses any doubts. What does this feature do exactly? Who is it for? And what does success look like? Break big items into smaller stories. If something is too large, like an epic, we slice into smaller, sprint sized user stories. Add acceptance criteria. We define done clearly. What must happen for us to say yes, the feature works? Estimate the work using story points or any method the team prefers, like planning poker. We estimate how big or complex the work is. The next step is prioritize items. The product owner may change the order based on new business goals or user feedback. Identify blockers or risks. Any technical dependencies or issues are flagged so we don't get stuck mid sprint. It ensures that stories are ready for upcoming sprints. Let's take one real life example to understand it. Suppose you are building a food delivery app for college students and the backlog has this vague item. What is that? Add order tracking. This item is too broad. So during refinement, the team works on it and proceed step by step. So first what they will do, they will break it down into smaller stories like show estimated delivery time. This is one story. Show real time order status like preparing, picked up, delivered, and show delivery person's live location on a map. If you recall, we have often seen all these features in Grab, Zomato, or Swiggy food delivery apps. Second step, team adds a clear acceptance criteria like time should update every 5 seconds. show a notification if order is delayed, and they estimates the work. Suppose the time estimate story will take 3 points, status update story will take 5 points, and map tracking will take maybe 8 points because it is more complex. Next, they will discuss the needs. This part of backlog refinement is where the team discusses what is technically needed to implement the user story. It helps to identify what tools or technologies are required, what preparation the team must make, and any technical challenges or dependencies. After the team has discussed how the feature works and what it needs technically, the product owner will confirm, yes, this feature is important. I want it included in the MVP release. Next agile practice is daily stand-ups. A daily stand-up is a quick team meeting that happens every day, usually for 15 minutes, where each team member shares three simple things: what they worked on yesterday, what they plan to do today, and if there is anything stopping them or slowing them down. This meeting is done so that everyone in the team knows what's going on and they stay in sync and work smoothly. And they can fix small problems before they become big issues. This meeting is held every day at the same time in the same place, either in person or online. It is kept short so people can get back to their work quickly. It is not a discussion or problem solving meeting. If someone has an issue, we note it and solve it after the stand up to keep the meeting short. Next practice is demonstration or reviews. At the end of every sprint, the Agile team holds a sprint review meeting, a session where they showcase the completed work to customers, product owners, or other stakeholders. This is often called a demonstration or just a demo because the team demonstrates the working features live, not slides or concept, but real working software, usable parts of the product. The purpose of demo or sprint review meeting is to demonstrate the actual work completed during the sprint, means the working software, and to ensure it aligns with user expectations. It provides an opportunity for the development team to showcase the product increment and gather real time feedback from stakeholders. This collaborative session helps the team understand what features or improvements are valuable to the customer and what adjustments may be needed going forward. More than just a presentation, it serves as a platform for discussion, suggestions, and planning the next steps. Ultimately, it keeps the customer engaged in the development journey, promotes transparency, and helps the team stay focused on delivering values. Suppose your team just finished sprint 2 of food delivery app project where you built login page, restaurant list, and basic cart feature. In the sprint review session, you will show the real app, how users log in, view restaurants, and add items to the cart. The stakeholder might say, great job, but can we show discounts next to restaurant names? So that feedback becomes a new item in the backlog, something to work on in the next sprint. Next is sprint retrospective. Sprint retrospective is a team only discussion, means we don't invite customers or other stakeholders. It is attended by the Scrum Master and the development team. The product owner may join too if needed. This meeting happens right after the sprint review or just before the next sprint begins. The team talks about what went well in the last sprint, what didn't go as planned, and what could be improved going forward. Imagine it like a cricket team gathering after a game to talk things over. They talk about how they played, what worked well, what didn't, and how they can play better next time. It is not about blaming anyone, but about learning and improving together. If we talk about purpose of the sprint retrospective, it gives everyone a chance to talk openly about how they have been working, what's going well, what could be better, and what challenges they are facing. By discussing these things early, the team can fix small problems before they turn into big ones. It is also a moment to recognize what is working and celebrate successes. The real aim is to make sure each sprint gets better than the one before, building a stronger, more effective team over time. So that brings us to the end of Agile practices session. We explored the key Agile practices from charters to backlog preparation, daily stand-ups, reviews, and retrospectives. Each step helps team stay focused, flexible, and value-driven. If this helped you, please like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Until next time, namaste, goodbye, sampai jumpa.